All right. So, hi, everybody. This is Erin from the School Counseling Interest Network of ACES, along with my colleague and friend Stephanie Eberts at LSU. And so what we're doing in this video today is just recapping for you some of the details that we shared in the latest call, which was just a few hours ago, about the new School Counselor Educator Strand that's going to be happening at the ASCA conference. So I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie, and then I'll chime in if there are any gaps to fill in. But Stephanie, why don't you start us off with some of the details?
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be able to talk about this today. We had a great conversation today on the phone, and we wanted to make sure that those of you who weren't able to join us still had the information. So I'm going to go through basically most of what we talked about today and give you as much information as possible. And then hopefully that will help you to make some decisions about whether or not you submit a proposal. So this year we were really fortunate to have ASCA design or create an opening for us to have a School Counselor Educator Strand at the ASCA conference. The ASCA conference is going to be in July in Denver, Colorado. The dates are July 8th through the 11th. And there are going to be a total of 10 slots. We're not exactly sure how they're going to be spread out, but my guess is they will be spread out across the conference, and all of those slots are going to be dedicated to issues specific to school counselor education. 4 of those slots are spoken for. 2 slots were taken from proposals that went through the regular ASCA conference proposal submission. And then 1 is going to be on school counselor educator ethics, and the other is going to be a meeting for the interest network group. So we have 6 different slots. Erin has created a Google format for us to submit those documents, to submit your call for proposal. That link was added to the email that I sent out, and it will be also added to the minutes email that we send out this week, which will also have the link to this video. So the same.
Yeah, in the video. I can add it at the bottom of the video too.
Oh.
On YouTube, in the comments area. Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, terrific. Okay, so look below. You'll see the link for submission. The deadline for that submission is very tight. As you know, the ASCA call for proposals has closed for quite a long time, and Emily Goodman-Scott and I had the good fortune of participating in the selection process in the ASCA Conference Planning Committee. So I think you should be hearing back within a week or so whether or not your proposal for the original submission was accepted. So anyway, so having said all of that, we are working under a very tight timeline so that we can make sure that these proposals are included in the conference brochure. That deadline is November 14th, and we are going to have to do a very quick turnaround and get that information to ASCA by November 18th. So I promise you we are not taking lots of time on that process. So the next piece that is of particular interest is generally, since we have a very small number of slots, what are some of the topics of interest that you can submit proposals for? And then for that, we have, what we'll do is we'll also send out a link to, last year we had the benefit of doing one of these videos with Liz Valeris and Carrie Dimmitt, and they talked about their Delphi study, so we'll put a link to that as well. That study identifies some areas of need for research in school counselor education, and that's a great guideline for us to follow as far as what's needed for us to discuss at a format like this in the ASCA the ASCA conference. The other topics we got from the Innovations in School Counseling Conference that was attached to the Evidence-Based School Counseling Conference last year and in Athens. And so some of those topics, the most widely, the one that people were most interested in is pedagogy, innovations in pedagogy, design, and curriculum. The next one was field experiences, then partnership, research, induction and professional development, and there were also, ethics was at the bottom, but though we do have an ethics section, and then selection and recruitment were also, and school-based mental health and college and career readiness. All of those kind of round out the bottom areas. So those are some areas to think about. One of the things we discussed on the call was, since there are so few slots and there are going to be probably multiple proposals on similar topics, that we may ask you to present with another group whose presentation is very similar. I did check that out with ASCA today, and they said as long as the integrity of the proposal is intact for both proposals and the presenters are on board, then we are able to do that. The other piece is, this is a logistics piece that I forgot to add in. For the proposed, so though we are the ones who are reviewing it, the way that ASCA has set this up with us is they see us as really understanding the needs of school counselor educators, so they've allowed us to do the review. However, they are going to reserve the right to make the final decisions. Those decisions are going to be really based on making sure that one presenter doesn't have more than 2 presentations, that the mix of conference proposals is still robust, and everything works together. But we also wanted you to know that this is still going to be a presentation at the ASCA conference. So ASCA will be the ones who send you the rejection or the acceptance. And the presenters who are accepted for the Strand will also be allowed to register under the registration rate for presenters. And you will appear in the conference brochure. So all of them are 1-hour slots, breakout sessions, and I think that might be almost everything we discussed in a nutshell.
I think you did a great job of just capturing all of it, Stephanie. And I think I would just like to take an opportunity to thank you and thank Emily for representing us while you were on the conference proposal review program committee.
Conference planning committee.
Planning, thank you. I had the wrong P. But on the conference planning committee, because I know that that's a lot of work, having done it myself once before. And just to reiterate, not only the thanks, but also what you said earlier about just being excited that we have this opportunity from ASCA and we're finally seeing something come to fruition for us at this conference is really exciting. And hopefully it will go well. And that means that we want all of you to come to the ASCA conference, whether you're presenting or not. And hopefully we can show them that we have quality sessions and we should continue doing this in future conferences.
Absolutely. I can't really send that message home enough, the importance of this collaboration, because we need each other, ASCA and school counselor educators, and this is such a great opportunity for us. And in order for that opportunity to even be considered in the future, we're going to have to really participate. So I can't say enough how important it is for us to not only submit proposals, but also to go to the presentations at the ASCA conference and really show our support for this school counselor educator strand. It's a gift. It's really exciting.
It's very exciting. And certainly we want to thank ASCA too. And I know that you've been working closely with Jen and Eric and Richard about making all of this happen. So
And Kelly.
and Kelly too, yes.
And Kelly and Jill, yes.
So thanks to everybody at ASCA who's been supportive of this and giving us this opportunity to be integrated into the conference is really, as you said, it's very exciting. I just keep saying it's very exciting. Just keep using that word over and over again. So, all right, anything else, Stephanie, as we finish up our recording? Have we covered everything that we needed to do?
I think we're good, and just email us if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to answer. And ASCA also wanted to extend that they are also available to answer any questions that you might have.
Great.
So, so the doors are open. Just ask if you need any help or information.
Great. All right. Well, we look forward to reading everybody's proposals and seeing you at the conference.
Thank you, Erin.